Hello and welcome to this look at the heroic version of the Temple of the Jade Serpent dungeon in the current Mists of Pandaria beta. The Temple of the Jade Serpent would be the first dungeon you would generally encounter in the expansion, as it's in the starting leveling zone, the Jade Forest, and is one of the first level 85 dungeons available in the beta. And not a lot has changed from the normal version to the heroic version, which is a bit of a disappointment. The first boss in this dungeon is Mari, who is a very simple encounter. During his first phase, he'll be immune to damage and will just routinely summon these adds, which you will quickly kill. They will summon smaller adds in a small slime pool you don't stand in, and you'll kill those, and rinse and repeat until phase 2 begins. When phase 2 begins, Mari will become attackable. He'll stay rooted in the center, just spraying out the spout of water and slowly rotating. He moves very slowly, and it's very easy to avoid this while moving around the boss, jumping over the patches of water and DPSing him. Overall, this fight was very simple, and as a healer I didn't have to do much besides DPS the boss and the trash mobs as they spawned. The second encounter in this dungeon involves you assisting Lorewalker Stonestep in freeing the library of Shah, which gives you one or two possible encounters. In this case, I had the Champion of the Five Suns encounter. During the first part of this encounter, these 4 suns will randomly spew fire damage onto people until they are killed. When each of them is killed, they will spawn 2 Shah adds, which are tankable and easily killed. They don't do anything special either. Once all 4 of these suns are killed, Zhao Sunseeker in the back will become possessed by Shah and be attackable, and you generally just have to kill him. He isn't tankable and will just randomly shoot arrows at different players. Overall, this fight was very short and very easy, with nothing really interesting happening in the fight.
Champion of our people. How sad.
The third boss of this dungeon is Lu Flameheart, who is a relatively simple encounter and is very short, just like previous ones. She will occasionally put an immolate down on the tank, which is easily dispelled. She will send out some firewalls that are always in the same location. They're easy to move out of. During her second phase, she will summon an effigy of the Jade Serpent, which will leave these fire patches on the ground you don't want to stand in, but otherwise doesn't do anything too special. When doing this fight, I was very surprised that it was over so quickly. I expected so much more from when I did it on normal, and it actually took longer and was more difficult from memory. The final boss of the dungeon is the Shah of Doubt, who is very much a tank and spank with a few mechanics. He'll occasionally put a dispellable shadow dot on people, which is easy to handle and get rid of, and twice during the fight he will become immune and summon illusions of all the players. This is easily handled, just stay stacked up and AoE them down and then kill the boss as normal. Overall, this dungeon felt way too simple and way too easy. There wasn't a lot going on, and as a healer I didn't have to do much. I spent most of my time sitting behind a boss or a mob just DPSing. These heroic dungeons don't really feel heroic, they just feel like the normal versions of the dungeons you did while leveling, tuned up a little bit for level 90, but not in a difficult way. Most of the fights come across as tank and spanks, and I can go into them knowing absolutely nothing and do just fine, not having to worry at all about the mechanics, or dying even remotely.